What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. The Portland Trail Blazers versus the Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA's first in-season tournament. Let's jump right in and talk about it. You know how we do.
If this world were mine.
So the Portland Trail Blazers played the Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA's inaugural in-season tournament. The Trailblazers played good. Obviously, the Grizzlies are a tough defensive team, always. They're going to be active. Both teams had players out, so it was kind of evened out that way. Scoot and Ant, Derrick Rose, John Morant, Steven Adams for the Grizzlies. But once again, it was a good, steady performance from DeAndre Ayton. You're going to get that, somewhere around 12 to 18 points. It looks like that's going to be, the norm for him. Obviously, there's going to be some things he needs to do better. Same thing with Kamara, who definitely got more time, who's definitely going to get better out there on the floor. His instincts are so good and what he does well on the defensive end. Of course, you look forward to his shooting getting better, him understanding not just positioning, because he understands that for the most part, but it's just understanding the players' tendencies and how to meet them where they're at so he can get that charge and utilize that aspect of his game more often than not, especially while he's out there on the floor to do those things. Jeremy Grant played a good game, aggressive. I said that's the Jeremy Grant that's needed on this Trailblazer team. And as he plays like that more and more, he'll get stronger. And he's already showing that, with the block shots tonight, rebounding. I like what I saw on the defensive end from Jeremy Grant. So far this year, when he's on the floor, it's from effort and legitimate, contact. And it's not just him always falling down trying to get a whistle. He still has a little bit of that, but for the most part, it's all him really trying to be forceful and trying to get to the rim and trying to make something happen. The shot wasn't falling down early tonight. It could have been just the time needed to get used to the court, with the court being red like that and the rim being red and the way it looks when you look at the rim. You don't have that contrast to line things up, and not every player shoots that way or aims that way, but for those that do, it might take a while to get used to. You know what I'm saying? That could have been something that went on tonight, as we saw Shaedon Sharpe with the slow start as well, as far as not shooting the ball well. The thing that was great to see was that even though they weren't shooting the ball well, they were attacking the basket and not relying on those jump shots, not allowing themselves to get down because the shots weren't falling. They were still attacking and getting to the free throw line. And then the free throws weren't falling as much either. It was one of those nights. But like I said last season, remember I kept saying this last season, if you go back and check on my videos, and if you can stay locked in on the defensive end, even on these nights when the shot's not falling, you can still find yourself in a position with an opportunity to win the game. And that's exactly what happened with the Portland Trailblazers against the Memphis Grizzlies. They kept fighting on the defensive end, kept sticking around, kept rebounding, getting the stops when they needed the stops. They were able to tie the game up and send it into overtime. There was a couple times during that game, of course, DeAndre Ayton did a great job flashing to the middle, sealing his guy. And you can tell the guys just aren't used to or comfortable getting the ball to him in those situations right now. They definitely don't want the turnover. Ant's a pretty good post passer. Scoot looks to be also, he's already shown really good ability to get Ayton the ball. But just tonight, it seemed like, some of the guys just really didn't feel comfortable making some of those passes, some of those entry passes in there to Ayton with the seal off. But it was good to see Ayton with that type of activity and that type of motivation. And hopefully that continues for him because he's playing well. He's playing well. If he can make this kind of like his floor, the standard, he can only do better from here. There's no reason that he shouldn't be able to do at least this every single night. Now, obviously, the 20-some rebounds, not every night, but what he's doing on the offensive end and the presence that he's having and the impact that he's having, he should have that every single night, and that's not asking too much for DeAndre Ayton. Shaedon Sharpe definitely got it going in that fourth quarter, which was right on time, again, just like the Detroit Pistons game. It was almost like he kind of felt like, they can't do nothing with me. And I told you, Shaedon's already getting to that point to where he's starting to feel like there's nobody that can guard him. And the more he gets through these games with that type of success, the more he'll feel that way. And the more confidence he has, the more unstoppable he's going to be, because you can see there's levels to this. And Shaedon is already starting to figure out that he can dominate and succeed at all those levels. And I don't just mean the scoring levels that I was mentioning before on his scoring ability, being able to score at 3 phases of the game on the court, but also in aspects of he can score on the floor. He can score kind of a little bit off the floor without having to explode all the way above the rim. And then we know he can get all the way above the rim. You know what I'm saying? Those three levels is what I'm talking about. Like, he can do what he needs to do. If he has to go over you, he will go over you. He'll go around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's there's really not an obstacle that Shaedon has met that he can't deal with. So we'll see how much that continues and if that continues. And honestly, it should. Shaedon is that dynamic of a player to where I don't see why it shouldn't continue. Malcolm Brogdon was aggressive, doing what Malcolm Brogdon does. Maybe a couple shots too many. But that's Malcolm Brogdon. That's the game he's bringing to the floor right now. He hasn't gotten a chance to do these things in a few seasons now. And he's definitely in that mode where he wants to show what he's capable of and what he can offer a team, if not this Portland Trailblazers organization. Because right now, you know, he's fitting in great. And like I said before, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere anytime soon because he's exactly what they need. And of course, now with Scoot being out, and Ant was already out, so definitely Malcolm Brogdon is needed on this team, and he's doing a good job being aggressive, setting a good tone, you know. And to mention one more time about that defense, it was really good team defense out there, really good team defense. Everybody was kind of locked in, focused on really digging in and making up for whatever mistakes they may have had. They definitely were right back at it. Shaedon Sharpe did a really good job on defense. We saw the block. He was locked in. He was locked in, you know, shorthanded too. Let's not forget that the team was shorthanded. Look at the minutes that some of the guys played. You know, Shaedon played 46 minutes. I mean, that really says a lot. You know what I'm saying? That really says a lot. And like I said, another good game to build on. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this Portland Trailblazer win, about this NBA in-season tournament and what it's looking like, what the courts look like. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like that. You know, it was different, but I guess you get used to it. So I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.
If this world were mine.